DiGiorno. Fucking shit. No, we've ordered from them before, sweetheart. Google it then. Fucking Google it, bitch. I gotta go. I'm on TV. Hey guys, Dr. Phil here. Welcome back to the show. Today is a very special day. It's a very special episode because we're diving into something new. Personality disorder. But also what comes with that, which is who are you? Who are we? You look in the mirror, how do you pee? You stand up, you sit down. Either way you slice it, either way you dice it, we're all bringing something different to the table. Some people are bringing their silverware from a different house to the restaurant. Today's guest is none other than Feminist Stacy, someone I've been wanting to have on the show for a long time, and she's here now live in the flesh to tell me what it's like to be someone who's fired up all the time.
Wow, thanks for that extravagant intro. I thought you were never going to let a woman talk for a second. That monologue just kept going for days.
Well, I don't like your fucking attitude right out of the gate.
I don't like your attitude right out of the gate, mister.
That's not how I sound. Don't do an impression of me.
Oh, this is me. I'm Dr. Phil.
Well, that's actually pretty good. So do you do a lot of voices? Because I know you got a lot of voices in your head. You got a lot of time. You recently are unemployed. Is that right?
Yes, I'm recently unemployed, but I don't have a lot of voices in my head.
Your voice is raspy for a gal, which I'm into. You know, that's one of my first categories on YouPorn is it goes babysitter, black stuff, deep voice.
Do you ever look at husky porn?
Like dogs?
Nope. Women.
Oh, like bigger women?
Yes.
Oh, of course. I love that. I actually think if you're not over 180 pounds, just go ahead and strap something on and just, go back to the shower.
Wow, that's very enlightening of you, Dr.
Oh, I like
Phil.
big. I think celebrate big. Victoria's Secret. Go bigger. I want 400 and 500 pound ladies. Putting on those G-strings.
As I always say, go bigger or go homo.
Well, that's something that you talk about a lot in your blog, which I started to read. I didn't know who you were until you were screaming outside of a Pizza Hut I live nearby. Where's my pepperoni? It's not, I can't, my nipples are the size of pepperonis, but you can't add extra on the pizza, I think is what you said. I couldn't hear it. It was, muffled. But the point is you're always looking to make a change.
I am. They were only hiring women at $12.75, that Pizza Hut location, while they were hiring the men at $15.42 an hour. So I went outside, I ripped open my shirt, and I said, I am woman, hear me roar, look at these pepperoni nips, and start looking and ordering it up and put it on the grill, because guess what? I'm going to be the manager here in no time. Turns out they weren't hiring managers or women who flash their breasts out in public. But did I move the needle for other women to start working there? You bet your ass I did.
Do you think it's your flat chest or your beard that really throws people off?
What the hell did you just say?
So Pizza Hut's a tough place to work at. I mean, I know because I was a Little Caesars slave for as long as I can remember. Pizza. I used to put on the Little Caesars suit and stand outside the mall trying to get people to come inside and buy our cheese breads. But
I get it. I used to be a Domino's dominatrix.
Well, just even the way you kind of almost swallowed that microphone lets me know you've got some hidden talents. We'll be right back. Now, Feminist Stacy, is it just Stacy, or do you always have to be referred to as Feminist Stacy? Because I think we get it by the Avril Lavigne jeans and the Target knockoff.
Then why are you trying to make things so complicated with me right now? If you get that I'm this Avril Lavigne type of woman, that I'm this angsty teenager in your eyes, maybe I have to remind people that I'm Feminist Stacy because they forget what feminism really is unless I remind them and put it in my name, my creed, my blood. Just shoot it out of my vagina and I just rub it on your face.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what people think feminism is like drawn pictures with like vagina blood and holding up signs and just creating movements. But we all can't We all can't walk the walk and talk the talk.
It's true. The last movement you did was a bowel movement, you bitch.
Well, I do have a somewhat of a fiber problem, and I've talked about that at great length, but I'd rather shit too much than shit too little. Who said that? I did just now. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here. You've got pubes, I read in your blog, different color than your hair. Now, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Definitely the hair was a secondary thing. I dyed my hair pink to alert other women as a calling card. I am almost like the Batman, if you will, but for women.
I thought you were going to say the Batman for pubes.
I could be the Batman for pubes.
What does that mean?
I mean, look, do you want to see them?
Not really.
Okay, great.
Holy oh my God.
Do you see the bush?
Well, I see it.
Do you see it? Yep.
Well,
that camera right there, we may have to blur it. I don't really know how your post-production on the CW works over here.
Well, we have quite the pubic budget, but I do, by the way, Pubic Budget played Coachella this year. My nephew's cousin was the backup lead singer for that band. Stacy, you seem like someone who accepts everyone for who they are, yet you have a problem with people who don't fall in line with what you stand for. Break that down for me.
Well, I just see that I do appreciate that.
See, now you just touched my leg without consent. And if I were a feminist, I'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. X doesn't mark the spot. I'm going to go ahead and put a big target, okay, in front of my crotch region, unless I want you to touch it. But you strike me as someone who breaks down barriers, and you take your bazooka dildo and you fire right through that target and say, I'm touching what I want when I want it.
So did you, I apologize if that was non-consensual. Was that non-consensual?
I'll answer that question after you answer this one. Have you been fisted before in the last 48 hours?
Yes.
Do you prefer oat milk or skim milk?
Goat milk.
Halo or Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Chicken or beef?
Beef.
What kind?
Labia.
Now, when you were a kid, I know that there was all sorts of different ways to get turned on, right? The seesaw, the monkey bars.
The snowplow.
Now, that sounds like a euphemism.
No, it was literally on snow days where I was from. I would lay out in the middle of the cul-de-sac and they would drive around in a circle while I would touch myself as a 9-year-old and make snow angels. And then I got my period.
Now, that I can't imagine being one of the snow plowers just being like,
imagine being one of the snow plowies.
Well, I thought, were you the only one laying down touching yourself?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I don't get, and what I'm glad you're here to help me understand is that, you know, being a feminist means what? No rules, cuffs off, dick out, tits up.
Razors out. As you mentioned my beard, I have a hormone issue, okay?
Well, now, do you or don't you? Because it looks like you do. But also, I feel like the beard is a factor to be some sort of it's almost like the way a guy will wear a fanny pack to distract pussy.
Well, that is an interesting quote that you just said. But it is, in a way, it's me breaking down barriers for other women who might have upper hair issues or have stubble that grows in a little bit too fast. I say, screw it. I just throw everything out the window and I show other women that you can be a little bit more what is quote unquote masculine in the news with a little bit of facial hair. I think it's fine, girls.
Your voice is a cross between Vanna White and somebody who swallowed a lot of Barq's root beer and then tried to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Barq's got bite.
See, now we just got a little preview of what it's like to go on a second date with Stacy. Something tells me
Really, Dr. Phil?
Really. Something tells me you're a biter and a fighter and an all-nighter.
Well. I didn't know that I would be...
That bald men could be charming?
Yep. I had no idea.
You felt like you were going to say something else, but you just went along with what I said to conform to what you wanted me to say. Feminist Bullshit Book 101. I've read it.
Who's analyzing who here, Dr. Phil?
Analyzing or analyzing?
I don't know. Which one is it?
Which one is it?
You want to cream pie me?
Normally I'd say no, but because it is sweeps week, and content is king. We just launched a YouTube channel as well.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
Holy smokes.
I'm interrupting Dr. Phil's little show to tell you about some great companies that used to sponsor him and are now sponsoring me. Jeremiah Wonders is brought to you by Upstart. It can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you have high interest debt. That's where Upstart comes in. Upstart powered personal loans can help you pay down high interest debt all online with simple and easy to understand payment terms. Upstart has helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, Upstart can help you get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart's model considers other factors, like your income and employment, to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score. That sounds nice. You can even receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. Oh my God. Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/Jeremiah. That's upstart.com/Jeremiah to check your rate today. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/Jeremiah.
So it turns out Feminist Stacy is a 2 hot dog and 1 bun family.
Hello.
But what I also love about what you stand for is that you give speeches to schools educating the youth of tomorrow about the future of today. What does that mean?
It means it doesn't matter what gender you are, it doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter your sexual orientation. You should be empowered and be the person that you would like to be, and no one can take that away from you. At whatever cost, stand by that. That is our creed as a woman and as a feminist.
And I think that as a feminist, you have to always be putting yourself first, because the bigger movement, the bigger picture of what you're trying to achieve. Because I know when let's say I go into the kitchen to make a late night snack, I get a couple Ritz crackers out, some Lunchable meat.
What do you put on that sandwich?
Well, that's a personal question, but I'll tell you, roast beef. And don't look at me like I'm some sort of pervert.
Do you fold it like curtains?
I never thought of it like that, but I think I do. And that must be a subliminal move, because in sex ed, our teacher, that's how she introduced the labia to us, where she took out deli meat and she goes, first of all, she rolled up the turkey roll up. She goes, here's a penis. She folded the roast beef. She goes, here's a vagina. And then she starts squirting mayonnaise everywhere. And we knew what that was,
What?
Blood. And that's when I knew that blood could be white. But also,
well, that makes sense. White blood cells.
White blood cells. Mm-hmm. And look,
and there can be also bloods, like there's white bloods out there.
There's white bloods, there's Crips, I think if you're gonna, what I loved about that class and what I love about what you talk to these girls about is that it's not just enough to be someone who believes in change, but you've got to go, all right, how do I adjust on the fly? I want to have penetration. I'm on my period. I don't own a towel. Do I like this t-shirt? Take it off, lay it down, boom, t-shirt, towel.
It sounds like you are a master of period sex.
Well, period sex, look, I don't want to say I'm a master, but I am
Metallica fan?
Well, I love Metallica.
Master.
Okay, well, now you're speaking my language. This is interesting, too, because I have never met a feminist I didn't like. And you came in here with a lot of chutzpah, a lot of fucking look at me, right? My taint don't stink. I got 2 clits, right? My friend owns a boat, And I was real perturbed by that. I thought, this bitch needs to, needs a little Will Smith action going on. And I'm not saying you need to get hit, but you need to shave your head and be on TV so that people know what it's like.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking...
I got a confession to make.
Where the hell did you just go? Where did you go, Dr. Phil?
You don't want to know?
No, I do want to know.
Well, okay. So look, I've been addicted to Vicodin for the last 5 months, and every now and then I got these Vicodin burps, and when I feel the Vicodin bubbling up, something happens where something leaves my body and something else. It's making room for something else or someone else into my body, into my heart. Who said that? Faith Hill.
Faith Hill.
And I think there's a hill that you could climb up on and try to restore your faith in mankind. And by that I mean man's kind, man's penis, because you hate the penis more than you love your beard. And
I wish, if I could.
Well, you're not a genie, but or Thomas the Train Engine who wished he could.
Oh, and I'm not Zoltar. You know, it's real interesting. All men who grant these wishes. What happened to the women?
Find me a woman genie.
There was a genie. I dream a genie, but they made her dumber than a box of clits on her.
Well, that's not a real saying anymore. But
you've never heard that saying? Dumber than a box of clits on her.
Well, I've heard it, just not in a long time. Okay, what was it, 1985? we'll cut it. What that
yeah,
out.
It's a bumper sticker that I once saw at a Flying J truck stop.
I didn't want to say because I didn't want to assume, but sometimes what we assume is what we feel. We'll edit in some laughter. I think that what we feel about who you are is you got truck stop vibes. And by that, I mean you look like you've been to a buffet or two that you weren't invited to. We'll edit in some laughter.
Okay, I get it. It was a good one.
You have emotional wear and tear. You look like you're strapping into a roller coaster that you went on by accident, and now you've got to just take the journey despite... What? And I can... Oh, am I not hitting all the...
No, you're hitting all of it. You know what?
Well, tell me what... Tell me...
Well, fuck you.
Well, fuck you.
Well, fuck you.
Who are you?
Let me tell you.
Look in the goddamn mirror for once in your life.
Why don't you look in the mirror?
And why don't you brush your fucking teeth? Every time you breathe, I feel like passing out.
And every time you look at me, I say, this man needs to go to lens crafters because he has astigmatism in his left eye.
Who told you that? Did producer Kevin tell you I was... I told you that was personal info. I said I wouldn't... Well, at least my wife doesn't queef in her sleep.
Oh, Kevin is pissed.
Well, Kevin, I got him this job, and I can take that job away.
Okay, let's just cut to the cheese.
It's King's Court here, all right? This is King... You're in my world, bitch!
Good God.
Oh, you don't like seeing a man get all fired up?
No. You know why? Seen it. Been there. Done that. History of the world. The wars. Men. Oh, I want this. I want this territory. I'm gonna be upset about it. You know what I find refreshing? A woman speaking her voice and standing up for what she believes in. Let's just cut to the cheese right now, Dr. Phil. The reason why I'm even on this little tiny minuscule piddly show that we're on right now.
We are broadcast in 14 different countries right now. Hola. We'll edit in some fucking cheers. Spanish. Yeah, that's Spanish for fuck yeah. Go ahead. What have men done that's so goddamn special? I'd pinch you if you weren't a woman right now.
Oh, because I'm a woman, I can't handle a little pinch from a doctor. Pinch me, you bitch.
And that wasn't even as...
Harder.
You guys heard she said harder, right?
Harder.
I don't know why I held my breath while I was doing it, but felt like I was going through a tunnel with my clothes off.
My feminism is contagious. The more you touch me, the more that you are open to my views and, yep, cough it up.
There's something going on.
The reason why I'm here is because my parole officer forced me to do your show. There, he didn't say it, I'll say it. There you go.
Frankly, I don't give a fuck that you're here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. But I do give a fuck about who you become, because who you are now is just a glimpse of what's capable, what's possible. You came here because I know you need help. Your parole officer, Devin, is in the back. What's up, Devin? I will take some of that cocaine later. Coca-Cola, but Coke for real. Don't tell anyone. We'll edit this out. We'll keep it in. Everything in moderation. I think if you want to tell the people and identify and admit that you've got a problem, an attitude problem, you don't give people benefit of the doubt.
Stop pointing.
You don't give people benefit of the doubt.
I said stop pointing.
Well, maybe you should put that finger in your own mouth, suck it. I'll break that shit right now. You don't think I've seen Shanghai Nights in the theaters twice?
Oh. This guy means business.
I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy from the mean streets of fuck you Upville, and I live on the corner of That's What's Up and Eat a Dick Street.
Did your stomach just growl?
All I've had today is energy drinks.
Really?
And a couple fishy crackers.
What kind of fishy crackers?
Like the ones you put in clam chowder, but instead you drizzle them on a... Oh, you mean like crabs? Well, thankfully...
Heard of it?
Heard of it or prove it?
Do it.
Be a crab?
Squeeze it.
Well, I am down for
Bop
role
it.
play.
Flick it.
Well, now I'm getting a glimpse into what it's like
Suck
to
it.
date Stacy for a month.
Yeah.
She turns into a sexual bop-it machine.
That's me.
We'll be right back.
I'm gonna do another ad read. Dr. Phil can chomp on my puss. I'm taking him for everything. Jeremiah Wonders is thrilled to welcome you to our new sponsor, Babbel. Babbel. Learning a second language in school wasn't exactly a high point for some of us. Now thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's a fun and easy way to learn a new language. Babbel teaches bite-sized, yummy languages lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. I can't wait to learn, or rather, aprender más español. As a woman, I think it's important to know how to stick up for your gender in more than one language. So, Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go and put men in their place. Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts, not like those other apps. Choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. You can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes so you can learn the way that's best for you. Everyone's different, honey. Deal with it. And with Babbel's speech recognition technology, you improve your pronunciation and accent. Plus, Babbel comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. That's a lot of days. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Jeremiah. That's babbel.com/Jeremiah for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Now, let's get back into this program. Dr. Phil. You called me a sexual bop-it because you see women as sexual objects.
Oh, here we go.
That's why you called me a sexual bop-it, because that's what's on your mind, Dr. Phil.
It's fine to be sexual. Hey, shut it.
You do not tell me as a woman to shut my mouth.
You do not tell me as a man that I can't tell you to shut it.
Okay, then I respect that.
Really?
Psych.
There's something about you that's so goddamn impressive.
And endearing.
Definitely not the word I would ever use to describe fucking...
Oh, it's hunting endearing season.
Anybody ever tell you look like the It Clown's doppelganger?
Oh, really? Now we're just doing roasts right now?
Well,
This is
you only roast the ones you love, and I pinched you earlier and you didn't flinch. And that's the true sign of a Dr. Phil friend, is someone who can take it but also give it. Can you take it and give it?
Oh, I can give it.
I knew you'd say that.
And I can take it.
Well, yeah, we saw you doing the whole Barks bite move earlier, which terrified probably a couple of our sound guys who are not yet of the age of consent to where they would appreciate getting bit. But there's a category for everyone out there. There's some for everyone, and I always say, find out what you're good at. If it don't hurt nobody, do it. Biting and sucking.
I stopped trusting men at 12 years old.
Here we go. Who touched you?
What?
Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Who touched you? Who touched you? Who touched you? Who touched you? Did anyone touch you? Positively or negatively, who touched you? Who looked at you and thought about touching you, didn't touch you, left, came back, touched you, forgot that they touched you again, looked at you while they touched you, hugged you, touched you in an appropriate way, but the look was off, so they doubled down and touched you.
What the hell? I've never actually been touched before.
By a man. And herein lies the problem. Herein lies the problem.
I've never been touched by a man before.
You've been pinched. We know that. Check.
Slapped. Yanked me. Spit on me. Pulled my hair. Excavated my pussy like a Batman lair. I've been chopped. I've been blocked. I've been pimple popped. But never once looked in my eyes and stopped and said, I see you for who you really are. They see the pink hair. They think that they're just not going to relate to me on any of my views, and they discard me like a used tampon from a female werewolf on a full moon on Halloween in 1986. Ow!
We'll add in some forced background music. It's a spooky world out there. It's a spooky world in here. It's a spooky world in here.
Mm-hmm.
Touch your heart for a minute. Speaking of being... No, it's not down there. Did you graduate middle school?
No. Did you?
You strike me as someone who sends a lot of late night texts like, hey, we're on the roof. You up?
Well, technically, I am up because I'm on the roof. Burn.
You also strike me as someone who's been involved in some sort of fire, maybe caused a fire, had trouble escaping from a fire, and left everything behind, said, fuck it, I'll start over.
One time I started a fire, and the only evidence that I left was a boombox playing, we didn't start the fire.
That's clever. That's also a clue because, you know, your handprints are probably all over that boombox, and I'm sure you'd been touching some condoms right before that. So you've got latex fingerprints all over. I
wasn't fingerprinted until I was 22 years old.
Take me back to when you're 12. You said you. What happened at 12?
Well,
that's an impressionable age.
It is. The thing that happened was I trusted a boy. I trusted a boy to take me to the school dance, and I opened up my heart to him. And then, when we were planning... Is this host Dr. Phil or producer Dr. Phil I'm talking to?
Well, I mean, look, it's,
I'm sorry, I'm building out the story a little bit. I'm sorry you have places to be and places to crunch and put more Cheetos than your dumb bitch of a mustache. Yeah, I grow better anus hole hair than you.
It took me 7 fucking weeks to grow this shit. Sorry for cursing. I'm sorry for getting riled up. I'm sorry for foaming at the mouth, but You make me crazy. We should all go a little crazy sometime, and Seal said that, and he was right. But I think in your case, maybe going too crazy is what's holding you back. Maybe at 12, being disappointed at prom.
I got stood up, and it was almost like a Carrie moment where everybody was pointing and laughing at me. And he said,
Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City? You said Carrie.
No. The movie with the pig blood over the head? Who, when they say the movie Carrie, ever is referencing Sex and the City, you bastard?
What movie involves a pig blood in a prom scene?
You've never seen the movie Carrie?
No, I'm a guy with cum in his dick. We'll edit in some laughter.
I don't know how I'm younger than you and you're older than me at the same time and you haven't seen the movie Carrie.
With who's in it?
You know. Damn it.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah. You could have said anything. You could have said John Hamm, and I would have said, oh, I love that movie. Because anything John Hamm's in, I'll see.
You do look like a guy who'd love John Hamm films. I bet you loved his work in Mad Men.
I did.
I bet you loved
his
it.
work. Loved what? Mad Men? Yeah.
Because
the
Mad discrepancy between men and women is so strong.
Oh, fuck off. You're just always...
You know what? Fuck my dick.
Well, okay. So you're bringing up another great point. Can a feminist take charge so much so that she's saying, hey, give me that D? Or does it need to be brought to you organically? Can you bust down the barriers and say,
yeah,
hey, we're getting this done now? Or do you need to have it happen?
It's Burger King. I can have it my way if I really want it to. If I want to
So being a feminist is a lot like Burger King.
Have it your way. If I want to sit on a dick and let it percolate, then I just go for it. I just squat and I take it in.
Well, nobody asks how you do it.
Like a wax candle, looking at the man in the eye and just going, this is mine now.
We'll be able to sleep tonight. There goes my Salisbury steak.
And then sometimes I say, give it to me. May I have it, please? Like a little popper. May I have some more, please? Going to the soup line,
like
but
you're
it's
some
a
little
bunch of
orphan
dicks.
boy in some British fucking...
That's exactly what I'm like.
Child orphanage movie?
So sometimes I lower myself to the standards of, no, edit it back in.
All right, put it back in, but speed it up so it makes sense.
Okay, perfect.
You strike me as someone who enjoys a nice come down.
Salisbury steak.
What'd you call it?
A Salisbury steak.
You're missing a couple letters.
Are you? You know the letters that I'm missing? From my father at age 18.
Here we go.
Vietnam was a hard time.
Oh boy. Abort story. You can turn off 2 of the cameras for this bullshit. Go ahead.
Listen, if you're going to keep interrupting me and ordering your fucking Postmates...
Well, you start a story with my dad wrote me some letters in Vietnam, and I know your dad wasn't at Vietnam because I know you didn't have a dad. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here. Where's your dad?
It was the Vietnam target. Not the war. The Vietnam target.
There's a target in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Boy, I got to get out more. I've been to 6 places in my life. Anchorage, Alaska, Tempe, Arizona, Des Moines, Iowa, Boston, Massachusetts, Fairfield, Illinois. Guess what?
Have you ever been to the Church's Chicken in Persia?
No, but I've been to the Boomers in Rancho Cucamonga. It's a putt-putt arcade family fun center. It's the first place I saw a guy finger another guy. Didn't know you could do that. We'll be right back. We'll keep it right here. So you're 12. You get these letters. Your dad says, hey, I'm going to Target in Vietnam. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You think he's coming back?
I do. Wait a second. Wait just a damn second. Say, the chocolate's ready, Stacy. Say that for me.
Chocolate ready. The chocolate's ready, Stacy.
Oh, it's not you. Wow, we'll talk about a stressful paternity test, am I right? What if I would have been like, Dad? That would have been real awkward.
Boy, that
for
would
you.
have been crazy. I would have fucking... I would have, woo, dodged a bullet. Got out of the way of that fart train.
Let's just say the way that I was born was on National Women. Yeah, out of the butt. I was an anal birth. Is that what you wanted me to know?
Well, I was curious if you thought that was a real thing, because a lot of people I know don't know how babies were made. And I'm constantly educating them on, hey, man, there's only one way in and one way out.
I think we've been very productive today. And I filled my time that my parole officer...
You definitely have filled your time. You definitely have filled our hearts with things to think about. And what I want everyone to think about is take a look at this. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a pubes by its beard. This individual is going through something, but we all are. Identify, assess, critique, accept, fulfill, negate, create, ejaculate. Hope you guys learned something today. For Feminist Stacy, I'm Dr. Phil.
And for Dr. Phil, I'm Feminist Stacy.
Well, you gotta let the man close the show out. It is my show.
Okay, what the hell? This is the whole reason why I can never back down from being a feminist.
Too much.
You showed me
I'll pinch you
just
again.
a clear moment of time.
I gave you a moment. I gave you a seat.
You showed me that I could calm things down.
I treated you as equal.
I know you treated me as equal, and I appreciated that. And I saw the light on the other side of the tunnel.
I looked at your pubes, and I said to your manager, I said, she better keep her pubes in her pants.
You know what? Then fine, Dr. Phil. Let me see your pubes. Fine. Even the playing field.
I shave them.
Oh, really? Woman.
I am woman. Hear me, wart.
Hear you, wart? You herpes, don't you? I knew it. You promiscuous fuck. I knew it. I am a woman. Hear me, wart. That's you. I bet you have hemorrhoids too that look like
Jealous.
Drano.
Yep.
Drano and Mucinex characters.
Oh, you know those Mucinex creatures? Yeah, those guys are crawling up all up on my backside. My backside, my front side, deep on the inside. Third eye blind style. Deep inside of you, deep inside of me. I got 3.
How's it gonna be when you don't notice? How's it gonna be? How's it gonna be? How's it gonna be? I'm Dr. Phil, and that was Feminist Stacy. Thank you for tuning into our show. We've got a lot to think about.
We got a lot to talk about.
And if you think about it, everything that he said to me was a little mansplaining, but I'll learn from it. My parole officer's in the back. And I think, you know what? I will give you a handshake, and I thank you for your time.
Sorry about the hear me wart thing. That was a Freudian slip, but also, hey, I ain't ashamed of who I am, and I ain't ashamed of who you are.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
That arm hair, though, everything in moderation. Trim that shit up.
Do you like it?
It's hot. But I'm married.
Where's your ring? Well. Ashante. The right hand, as we all know, is the real test if you're a married man or not.
I keep my ring in my car.
Okay. And I keep my rings in the circus.